Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 18th of February, which is Ash Wednesday to some, me being one of them, and also the beginning of Ramadan to others. Well, this is the Hillbilly Think Tank, and I am Spencer Keck, coming at you live from Hardin County, Kentucky, from Tunnel Hills. And here in Tunnel Hills, we believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So we are here today to celebrate the fact that now I'm on 18 days of a fast from Amazon, from Jeff Bezos. All right. This is, again, part of my campaign to stop fascism by hitting them in the wallet. So you're listening tonight to the educated hillbilly. No, that's not an oxymoron. Don't call me a moron. But we're here to talk about what we've been told for years we need to do. What have you heard for 50 years? The most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. But now what are we told? You must trust the government. They're here to help. Does that seem like the truth to you? 50 years. That's what we were told. All right. So a recent poll done by the AP and Reuters and Ipsos says that Americans believe, the majority of Americans now believe, that the wealthy and powerful are rarely held accountable. And this poll found that the release of millions of records on the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's connections in elite U.S. business and political circles show that 69% of us, they did a 4-day poll, it finished on Monday, said that, yeah, their views were captured extremely well and very well by a statement that the Epstein files show that powerful people in the U.S. are rarely held accountable for their actions. Now, this is a symptom of an unparalleled danger for our nation and for our American democracy. And this danger is cynicism. It's a cynicism that's bred by losing a sense of fidelity with our constitutional democracy. As former Secretary of Defense General Mattis once said, the cynicism which has infected the Western democracies, for all weary and knowing heirs it affects, is not realism. Cynicism is just cowardice. It is nothing less than a form of surrender. They want us to be so cynical that we will surrender. We will become so apathetic to our democracy that we'll surrender, give in. We will trust them. They're from the government. Now, there's been an intentional erosion and destruction of the guardrails of our democratic and principled institutions coming from one political party for the past 50 years. They preached that our government is untrustworthy as they eroded the guardrails that were supposed to protect us from the corruption of these Epstein elites. They systematically destroyed any guardrails. And so now it's become so apparent that there is a two-layered system to our justice system. It's those in the Epstein elite can do whatever they want. There's no justice for anyone that they abuse and exploit. But all those of us below the Epstein elite, we will be smacked to the dirt if we even approach anything close to what they get away with. So, as those Epstein elites took more and more unelected power and they appointed themselves as the benefactors of their own corruption and cynicism, now we're in the situation we're in. As they preached that the government is untrustworthy, they did everything they could do to make sure that our institutions became corrupt. And then they could claim that the corruption is a sign that authoritarianism is needed to fix the problem. And it's got to be their authority and their authoritarian that we fall under so they can fix the problem they created. They'll have you believe it was someone besides them, but we know better. So for almost 50 years, the guardians of the pedophiles have told us that the only thing we have to fear is help from the government, while they did everything to make sure that the government cannot help U.S. citizens, and that their grift at the same time is greatly enriching them. How many times have we seen them underfund FEMA so that we have natural disasters? There's not enough there to ensure that Americans are helped through disaster. How long now have they underfunded the education system while funding our adventures, our 20-year-long adventure in places like Afghanistan, Iraq, and all the other places that they wanted to go grift? We know that it was Kellogg, Brown and Root, and Halliburton that Vice President Cheney grifted off of deeply after the attacks on our nation. Every time I was deployed, they would be the ones providing all the services to all of us as the only contractors that would get a bid. When we traveled to other countries, I would notice they would be there drilling for the oil in every place that we would deploy to. The grift is large. They had plenty of government money coming to help them get contracts and to protect them, but nothing for us. So now, after 50 years of telling us not to trust the government, we're told to explicitly trust the FBI, the Department of Justice, as they tell us that the Epstein case and the Epstein class, they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything to those thousands of girls, underage girls, that are in the files that the Department of Justice hides from us. And as ICE and Border Patrol agents invade cities that did not vote for Dementia Dawn, we are told to trust the government, or else. We are ordered to trust the government's motives for laying siege to cities with armed troops on American soil. Trust us. We are from the government and we are here to help. We are told as ICE brutalizes Americans in the streets. Trust us. We are from the government and we are here to help. We are told as they beat and murder people and disappear our neighbors' children. The problem is, after listening to the guardians of the pedophiles, the GOP, tell me the scariest words in the English language are, trust me, I'm from the government and I'm here to help, I finally believe them. So I now do not trust the government's ICE, DOJ, or FBI. I will not be dissuaded from loving my neighbors as myself. I will not be told I cannot love all of humanity just because the government has decided that there are only few sections of humanity that I can love and that I should hate the other sections that they want me to hate and that they want me to be scared of, that they want to vilify. The U.S. Constitution did not fail us. Cynicism, betrayal, and hypocrisy, that is what is failing our democracy in a republic. What will we do about it? It's this hypocrisy that is causing our once strong democracy in a republic to fail. The Epstein elites desperately needed their gaslighting to work. They need to pit neighbor against neighbor, ideology against ideology, hate against hate. Enough for us to quit believing in the government of the people and by the people. Instead, they would have us fervently believe that Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Peter Thiel, and the rest of the Epstein billionaires are so much smarter and so much more capable of ruling our nation than our neighbors are and that I am. We just need to let them take control, shut up, give up, and trust them. They are the new one-party government. And that government is here to save us all. I refuse this blasphemy of the U.S. Constitution and universal justice for all. I call for all of us to go to the polls and to vote for folks that are not part of supporting the Epstein class. I am not a fortunate son, but I am blessed by living in a county and a state that believe that united we stand, divided we fall. And I will stand with you against those that would pit us one against the other. Here in Hardin County, Kentucky, we know that to build a community, we must have a strong vision for our county's future. So, what is that vision? What would you ask for? Because I believe that government should serve the public interests, not special interests. I believe that growth should strengthen communities, not erase communities. Our children deserve opportunity without leaving home. I'm running to honor our heritage, to protect our land, and to build a future that works for everyone, regardless of who you are, not because of who your elite family or friends are. That's our Hardin County way. So, as we move into this year and this election, I ask you, consider me. I believe in serving all of us, not just some of us. Please vote for me for Hardin County Magistrate, District 3. And if you would, like and subscribe to this channel. And remember, here in Kentucky, we love our neighbor as ourselves because we know that's what unites us. And united we stand, divided we fall. Here in Kentucky, we know, especially in Hardin County, that we are our brother's keeper. We are our sister's keeper. It was true in ancient times. It's true in modern times. Y'all, bless your corazon. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. Before I do, we'll show some of what it's like right now in one of the cities under siege. That city is down not too far from us, only 5 hours from here. And it's not looking the way we'd like for it to. But actually, I'll save that for tomorrow night.